Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Devil Survivor 2, the animation, episodes 1 through 5 review. Now, of course, before I get started, look down in the description below for the link to each of the individual episodes, episodes 1 through 5, and of course, a little disclaimer. No Japanese company, corporation, or network has any claim to this video. The thumbnail is an original photo which belongs to no Japanese company, corporation, or network. The visuals are me, they do not own me. And the audio is me speaking over a soundtrack. They do not own my voice. This video follows the rules and the guidelines provided and set by Google/YouTube. Now listen, man. Yo, I'm not gonna go episode by episode because it'll take too much time. It'll take me like 50 minutes, and I don't want to do that. And plus it'll take too much time to edit and yada 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 and so on and so forth. Because then if I do that, I'd have to go episode by episode by episode. Like if you guys watch my Hunter x Hunter episode reviews, I did that when I had to do some catch up work, and I don't want to do that because it's tedious to say the least. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give my overall thoughts for the past 5 episodes of Devil Survivor 2, the animation. Now, when I'm seeing this anime, alright, and then let me just... Yeah, man. When I'm seeing... When I'm seeing this animation, man, I'm like, yo, how come this game didn't come to the States? Like, seriously. Like, on some true shit. Because... because I know that I understand that this anime is based off video game. That's why it's Devil Survivor 2, the animation. Because in actuality, Devil Survivor 2 is the second installment of the Devil Survivor series in Japan. So I'm like, this shit should have came to United States of America. I would have played it. I would have hopped on. Listen, man. First of all, when it comes to the whole entire, the one thing I like the most when it comes to this whole entire thing is the fact that motherfuckers are dying. And it's like, whoa. Like, for example, right? The one kid who was in episode 3, Keita, he died, and you're like, no. Like, because it shocks you. Because Keita, he seemed like a very relevant character, but he died. And it was like, they even had his ass in fact, no, they still have him in the opening. But in the ending, they got rid of him when he died. I was like, whoa! Like, this is some serious shit right now. So, that was hot. Like, it caught me off guard. And then in the 4th episode, when Marek, like that giant, Septentorian and like their demons. And because like, each day, there's like a new higher caliber of demon that's supposed to come into Japan and like completely like wipe out like all of the barriers that encompass Japanese areas. And they already did that with Osaka, but now they're in this other place, which I believe is Nagoya. Yeah. Now they're in like the Nagoya branch in the 5th episode, right? And this is like the next place where Septentorian, the aggressors are going to send this next demon. And again, in the purpose of trying to like completely obliterate like Japan and like, quote unquote the world. And like the second one, like the first one was a piece of shit. It was like some like spinning, dreidel, I made it out of clay bullshit. And like the second one was a fucking monster. I'm like, what the, like, it comes in there, it's like a huge, like, it's like a huge sky sword, and then it comes out there, it has like these protruding sides that like come, it was insane, bro. It had a fucking, listen, man, like, I know this is the wrong terminology for it, but I don't care, alright? This thing, main arc, it fired like an ice particle beam. I was like, yo, that's hot. Like, it was hot. It was cold, but it was hot. It was like, yeah. Yeah, listen, man. Yeah. was whack. I'm sorry. Like when this thing, like after it took out like the first platoon, it said, "Fuck it, let me just stop for a quick second." All right, fine. So it stops. I'm like, whoa, and like fire, and people are dying by the hundreds. It's like even the first episode when the dreidel bullshit, when that thing came out, it was like it was just firing like all these miniature missiles like at people, like random civilians, and they were dying. It was like, what the fuck? Like it was like, yo, it's hot. Like, yeah, like I sound sadistic, I sound like a sick fuck, but the death of these people makes it so much more intriguing because the main character, he's so far he's okay. This episode, episode 5, the latest episode that came out today, Suzaku, like what the fuck? What? Like where? And that's one thing I want to talk about for a quick second, all right? So, but basically, like the main thing I like about this series so far is the fact that they don't sugarcoat the death, especially when it comes to Yamamoto. This motherfucker, he is the definition of Darwinism. The strong survive, the weak die, and he is 100% for it. In fact, in today's episode, we found out that like that lion thing that he has always by his side, fucking Cerberus. Fucking Cerberus. I'm like, yo, this guy's probably powerful as shit. But of course, there's the other guy, Alcor. And Alcor's agenda, I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I mean, from what I've seen, because I looked it up, I did some research. And from what I've seen in the actual video game itself, Alcor is known as the Anguished One. So, and like, it's weird because, like, Alcor always talks about the Sparkling One or the Shining One. And it's like, who is this? Like, I mean, according to the flashback in this week's episode of Devil Survivor 2, the animation, it used to be Yamamoto, but no, apparently now it's Hibiki. And that was 12 years ago. Alcor's appearance didn't change for 12 years. He's immortal, I believe. So either that or he is eternal youth. And he can't age, I'm assuming. Which means that, like, he's not human, obviously. He's not human. And the person who was controlling that one girl, Fumi Kano, like that one demon that took out Keita, he's also working. Either that person is the demon for Alcor, or like they're in cahoots. Like but even this demon's kind of weird because like this demon actually talks. This thing talks. Like I'm confused. Like is Alcor the leader of Septentorian? Like because like I mean obviously we haven't got to like the meat of it yet, but from my initial like beliefs, I think that Alcor is the leader of Septentorian, but maybe not. I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me. Please do, because this one is kind of, I'm iffy on. I'm not too sure exactly if he is or he isn't, and maybe it's the guy who was controlling Kano in episode 3, and I'm like, I don't know. But when it comes to the main character, right? I mean, Hibiki. Okay, so Hibiki. So let me get to that, right? Hibiki, he like I've seen his character archetype in a lot of other characters. Like for example, Kira Yamato in Gundam Seed. He's very reminiscent to Kira Yamato in Gundam Seed. He really is, and Gundam Seed Destiny. But he's different because actually maybe no, they're very similar. So. And he is, and the thing about him that is also very rare, because if you guys haven't seen Gundam Seed yet, then I apologize for the spoilers. But the thing about Hibiki that is very reminiscent of Akira is that in the same paradigm of spectrum, they're both powerful as shit in their respective worlds. Like Kira Yamato, don't even get me started. Holy fuck, holy fuck. Holy fuck. But Hibiki, I mean, Bianco was one thing, alright? Like when we saw him take out the main arc, when he was charging up Bianco and Bianco's lightning turned from like the regular blue to like red lightning. It was like, and you're like, wow. But Suzaku, like, when the fuck did he get this thing? Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, when the? And it's Hibiki wearing the same hoodie, and he's like, Suzaku, burn it. And it's like, fucking Moltres. It's like, yeah, burn. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, when the fuck? Like, the transition between episode 4 and episode 5 is very abrupt. Very abrupt. It's like, bam! And then all of a sudden, it seems as if like Hibiki has been with the Resistance for like a couple of years. And it's like, no. That was the other day. That was Monday. And right now we're on Tuesday. And remember, demons come every day. It started on Sunday. And it was like that miniature piece of shit dreidel demon. Then on Monday it was fucking oh god. And then Tuesday, today, there's gonna be a new one. And even more powerful. Which is shocking, because Maynard was no bitch. It was no bitch. So, but when did Suzaku come in? Because Suzaku, to me, it's very abrupt. It's very very sudden. It appears as if Hibiki is like good friends with Ronaldo and that one nurse and the other guy with like the with the cap. But it's like, no, that shouldn't be the case, because they just met for like a day, like literally a day. So it's very abrupt. So that's one thing about the episode. That's one thing about the series overall that I'm not really liking that much. It's the pacing. The pacing it's not fast overall, but the change between certain parts is very abrupt. It's like, bam, abrupt. It's like, where's point A to point B? Point A, then we transition over to point B. It's not point E, bam, point B. It's like, no. Hold on, wait. Whoa. Slow down there, Tiger. But I mean, that's like the one gripe that I have. Hibiki, I'll have to get used to him, but as of right now, he is following the Kira scheme, where he is very protective of his friends and the people that he cares about. He wants no one to die. And is it idealistic? Yeah, it is. It truly is. Why? Because when you think about it, this is a situation where people are going to die. And granted, Yamamoto's way of thinking isn't exactly the right way either, because it's like they're both two extremes. Hibiki is like, I don't want anyone to die. I want to protect everyone. I want to save everyone. I want to make sure that everyone's A-okay. And if someone dies, I want to put it on myself. And yes, he is a civilian, but like we see his paradigm. Where Yamamoto, he's the completely opposite paradigm. He's like, no. They die because they're weak. They die, and it's the strong who are the forerunners of every organization. And when someone dies, you simply move the fuck on, because we have a goal at task here. And the ones who are weak and who die, you step over them. That's the way he thinks. That's the way he is. I mean, like we saw him when he was a kid in this week's episode of Devil Survivor, where he summons Cerberus. And then Cerberus, for like the first time, and he's killing people. He doesn't give a flying fuck. He doesn't care. He's like, burn. He's like, stop. And Cerberus turns around, stop, bows down. So it's like, whoa. Hold on there. Well. I like the fact that Cerberus is like always out. Like, why is he always out? Like, why can't Byakko be like always out? Like, that'd be some cool shit. If like Hibiki always has Byakko like out. I like that. I do. That'll be hot. And then Suzaku. In fact, going by the same Yu Hakusho Chinese constellation logic, the two other ones should be like some Earth thing, and like, because like he should get like two other. Because like I remember in Yu Hakusho, there's the 4 Saint Beasts, and like Suzaku and Byakko are two of the 4 Saint Beasts. So, like, and we have Byakko and Suzaku in this series. So I'm thinking that there should be like a frozen ice dragon or a water dragon, and then there should be like some earth thing at least. But we saw in his phone that there are 6 open slots for certain. It's kind of like Pokemon. Like you got 6 Pokeballs, well you got 6 demons. I mean, is that Maximum amount, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. But, I mean, overall, his character, I need to get used to it. He's a bitch, but he's a powerful bitch. You feel me? Like, you gotta see my friends, Gotta make sure everyone's A-okay. Yeah, I'll follow you, Randall. Yeah, Suzaku burn. It's like, whoa. So, we'll leave it at that. Now, when it comes to the other main characters, alright? Very simple. Daichi sucks. He just sucks. That's simple. Daichi is a piece of shit. He has no... He sucks. End of story. End of story. Daichi, I mean, he's very, I guess the word is frail. Like, he seems very timid. He seems very, I don't want to do this. We can't do it. We can't win. Like, he's always a downer. Like, I don't like him. Get him out of here. And then the other girl, alright. The other girl, Nita. She pissed me off a little bit at the beginning because, It was like, no, get this bitch out of here. She was annoying. And her demon wasn't even that good. Like, it was some ogre shit. But now all of a sudden, she's like some now all of a sudden she has some demon goddess. And it's like, I mean, she can't use it that often because it takes way too much energy. Because there is a correlation. Because I remember Yamamoto was talking about how not Yamamoto, but when they first took the main three to Gips, and like there were guys who were experimenting on the phones that they had, they said that the demons that they have, the demon avatars, are directly correlated to the power and the physique and certain attributes of the actual person. And then depending on the actual person and their, power scheme, I guess, they get certain avatars. So, I mean, when you think of, and it's kind of weird too, because there is no real, there is no set in stone cookie cutter, like, list of requirements you need in order to have certain powerful demons. Why? Because Nina just got one, like some goddess that was able to actually do quite a bit of damage to fucking main arc, but not all that great as so far. But then again, like I said before, Yamamoto is on the complete opposite paradigm of Hibiki. And Hibiki has Suzaku and fucking Byakko. And then Yamamoto has Cerberus. So there's no real sandstone, list of rules that grant you certain powerful demons. So I mean, they haven't elaborated on that. They haven't elaborated on that just yet. And they may in the future. They may. But Nina overall, she's getting better. She's not likable, but now she's getting better. And then there was this one girl, Hinato. She was okay. She was friends of Keita. Keita he died. So far she's been very meh. But because again, like, it's been only 5 episodes so far. But so far she's okay. Her character design is actually very, very nice. Very, very. I wish more women wore that. I mean, I'm just saying. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. I can't. If you have to buy the rocket, then rock it, and be proud that you can rock it. I'm just saying. All right, that's a positive, not a negative. But so far she's okay. She's okay, not that bad. I'll take her at face value, whatever. When it comes to the actual people who run Gips, again, Yamamoto, he is like, what the, the strong survive, the weak fucking die. That's him. There's some old guy who is, he's whatever, right? Not really important. And then there's there's the commando, because Yamamoto, he's the bureau chief, and each section of Japan has bureaus. So each section of Japan should have a bureau chief. The rebel group went into this section. They went into Nagoya, and I believe that they overthrew the bureau chief there. Either that, or Yamamoto is like the head bureau chief, and then each branch has a commander. And the commander of the main branch that we start off in Osaka, her name is Makoto. And so far, her character development is actually not that bad at all. It really isn't. It's just that most of the highlight has been on Hibiki and Yamamoto. Yamamoto in bipartisan, meaning that, like, when we get him for like Mainly because of this episode. Because this episode, there's actually like a miniature flashback of him. And then we see how he retains, like, how he was, you know, apparently very wealthy as a kid. And, like, when he saw, like, kids eating, like, cotton candy, he's like, what's that? And then the guy was like, oh, it wouldn't suit your taste. He's like, okay, fine, fuck that shit. So let's move on. So, in this episode, we got a lot from his backstory and his development and why he is what he is today. And in actuality, in a way, Rando's right. Which shocked me, because I'm like, Rando is probably wrong as shit. I don't see him being right. But no, he's actually somewhat right about Yamamoto and his family. The Hudson family. Something about them. Like, how he wants to, like, after this whole entire thing with Septentorian, they want to, like, completely take over the world. Like, that's, apparently, according to Rando, that's the goal. To take over the fucking world. It's like, because right now it's only Japan. I can understand if this was happening all across the globe. But it's Japan right now. It's just Japan. Nippon Banzai. So, it's iffy with that. Now, getting back to, Makoto. She's okay. She's not bad. We see her character development more so as in her position in the actual Gips organization. Not so much so as her as an individual. I mean, she does care. We see that she cares. Like there's certain scenes where we have like a glimpse of her actually showing like emotions, actually, you know, really, you know, seemingly caring about the people who are dying. The old guy, he's deaf. Oh yeah, the old guy, he's like, you know, human shields and shit. Like, he's barely adamant about, you know, not having human beings dying on such a regular basis. But Yamamoto, again, he doesn't care. But her, she's in the middle. Like, she wants to follow Yamamoto. She wants to do everything that she can in order to help him and to succeed and so on and so forth. However, the counteraction is that a lot of people are dying, like by the bundle. And the other girl, Kano, like, basically, like, all we know from Kano is that she's smart. She's really smart. She developed the actual, you know, like, the defense walls that they had for the barriers. She developed this virus in case that, you know, that they were being attacked by hackers. It was her who was being controlled by the other demon, who's working for Alcor, and she actually, like, disengaged her own programs in Gips. And I mean, that's pretty much it so far. So I'll leave it at that. But overall, the series so far, I like it. I'm gonna give it a good, because it is very entertaining. There's a lot of concepts and paradigms being shifted around. The whole entire thing with the three factions is because there's two factions that have the same goal. All right, we have the Gips and then we have the rebels. Their goal is to beat these 5 demons from Septentorium that are coming in. That's the ultimate goal, to save the world. However, even though they have a same goal, they're still at conflict with one another because of Rando's claims that Yamamoto wants to take over the entire world. And it's the whole, like, I like that, because it's like a trifecta where we have these two human factions butting heads, but they still got to deal with the fucking demons coming in. I like that a lot. That's good. I like it a lot, because it shows you that even in the most dire situations, humans will still have something to prevent full-blown cooperation with one another. At the end of the day, we're still not gonna be able to cooperate, even though the world is at stake, literally. So it shows you something that is very controversial when it comes from an overall standpoint. Think about it in this sense. If the world were to end in like a few days, and we could stop it somehow, there would be a shit ton of conflict between ourselves because of what may happen after, or what may happen like during that time frame, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you know, like, it goes into the human psyche, and I like that a lot. And that's also a good thing about Hibiki, because he actually portrays this in his mind. Because since we normally follow him, we always get like these internal monologues from Hibiki, and him thinking about the whole entire, you know, about like, I want to save the world, but the way you're doing it is like, no, fuck that shit. But the way these guys are doing it, they're rebels, but they're still, at the end of the day, their goal is still the same fucking thing. And I don't know about you, Yamamoto, because you're Some about you. Some about you. But yeah, so overall, alright, overall, it's good. And I'm going to review it from a weekly basis now. Start with episode 6. And yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go. So, King of Lightning, once again, the rating for the first 5 episodes, from an overall standpoint, of Devil Survivor 2, the animation, are good. And I'm signing out. Be sure, of course, to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.